welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a cranberry orange nut bread. This is one of my all-time favorite holiday treats to make at Thanksgiving and Christmas time. The ingredients are very few, starting with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups of freshly squeezed orange juice. I've got 3/4 cups of pecans here, or you could substitute it out with walnuts. I just lightly toasted them and then roughly chopped them. 2 cups of cranberries, 1 cup of which I blitzed up in a food processor, and then the other cup I left kind of whole, just roughly chopped them on a cutting board. 1/4 cup of melted butter, 3/4 cups of sugar. You'll need 1 egg, the zest of 1 orange, or roughly 1 tablespoon of orange zest, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And those are all of our ingredients. So our first step we're going to do is add our pecans straight into the flour, as well as the cranberries. And then I'm going to go ahead and stir to incorporate these. What this is going to do is allow that flour to get around all those little pieces of cranberry and nut, and it'll kind of help suspend it into the batter once we add our wet ingredients. That way we don't have a whole bunch of cranberries that have sunk down to the bottom and none near the top. I also want to go ahead and add in my baking powder, my baking soda, and my salt. Now that I have those well stirred up, I'm going to go ahead and bring in a bigger bowl here. And in this one, we're going to start by adding in our sugar and our egg. Next in goes the butter and the orange rind. I'm sorry, and the orange peel, not the rind. You don't want that, it's very bitter. And our last step is the orange juice itself. And now all we need to do is whisk this until it's well incorporated. Now that I have that well whisked together, I'm going to go ahead and add all my dry ingredients straight into this. Now that I have all this into the same bowl, all I'm going to do is sit here and stir it until it's just combined. You don't want to over stir this. Alright, now that I have this combined, all we're going to do is transfer it into a loaf pan. I'm using a 9x5 today, but you could certainly use the, I think it's an 8x3 pan. I think it's the next size down. Or you could do like I did on the back counter there and make little mini loaves, which those make perfect holiday gifts for neighbors, friends, and family. Alright, now I've got everything in here. We just want to spread it completely out to all the corners. I did forget to mention that I have this well buttered. Plus I added just a little bit of parchment. That's just going to help me lift it out later once it's completely baked. I do like to lightly tap this on the counter just to help spread it out into those corners. Alright, all we have left to do now is to put it into a 350-degree oven where I'm going to let it bake for about 50 to 55 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the middle comes out clean. The cranberry nut bread is out of the oven. Now this one is still a little bit on the warm side, so I'm not going to cut into it. I'm going to be saving that for Thanksgiving, but I will go ahead and try one of these little ones that I made a little bit earlier today. I'm going to be trying these plain, but when I serve them at Thanksgiving time or Christmas time, I'm going to be serving it either with a little bit of butter, or my favorite, just a little bit of cream cheese. The orange really comes through in this. I really love how it pairs with the cranberry. The cranberry is still a little on the tart side. We didn't really add all that much sugar, but we added just enough to be able to help counterbalance just a little bit of that tartness. You just get a little pop of it every once in a while. That is going to be it for me for the day. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys try out this recipe, let me know how it turns out for you. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.